building is a birdhouse. Wind's terrible today. Let me adjust this camera just a touch. The wind is terrible today. So you can imagine I'm not putting sheet metal on roofing. So you can see it's blowing like crazy out here. But we're going to build us a Bluebird house. We're building it out of some cedar scraps that I had. I've been wanting to build one. I'm going to sand it down, probably put some what we call shellac. In other words, we'll clear coat it. My uncle, he named it, calls it shellac. We're going to shellac it. We're using this here miter saw so that we can cut all our 45-degree angles, and what I'm doing is I'm cutting, these are going to be my two side pieces. We're going to come up with a few more pieces. But we're going to kind of set this on the edges like that. This is going to be our roof, actually. I got to come. This is going to be my side because this is going to be an inch longer. I've got to cut. I don't know exactly how long I want this yet. I want it to stand up on the side, probably. Let's go 6 inches. I can always cut some off. I'm just go ahead and do a 6 that way. We'll mark both of these. That'll be to our short side. Actually, I made that the long side. Same difference. Okay. What we will have the Bluebird house. That square. But not that square. I don't know what happened. Now it's square. Wind. I don't like it. No damn. Okay. Let me locate my other piece. I've got several pieces I've been saving here for a little while. Planning on doing this build, so I've got my table saw set up over here. I think I want to use this piece right here. Got a lot of good color in it. Okay. Kind of going just as I feel here, piecing this together by, I don't really have a blueprint. I'm just kind of common sense now. And I'll take it in there when I get everything cut like I want it, shoot it together. I can't even lay nothing down. The wind's terrible. See them boards won't even lay there. I hate wind. You can't lay nothing down. But part of life you got to deal with. You just need to know. Get my measurement before another gust of wind comes. Which is 6 3/4. Don't have a piece. That's all right. What I'm gonna do. We're gonna just build. We got it. Okay. of them. Love this Cedar. Smells so good. All these scraps and build something. I've got several pieces. I hate wasting wood. Okay. This is kind of crude. But got our house. We're gonna put a bottom in it. Right here. Alright, my camera died while I was trying to cut the wood, and we went ahead, we cut enough stuff and we built. We finished building the one and I cut enough stuff to build two. This right here is what we're going to wind up with. I done put a clear coat of some polyurethane on it, and we set it over here, and the wind's blowing pretty bad, so that'll dry right there in the edge of that door, so we put it over there. But we're going to go ahead and build this other one. Let you kind of see the assembly of this. Alright, that's our front. Two sides. Top. Back. And then we'll have this will be the bottom. Alright, now that piece I laid it on is actually going to be the front, but what I'm trying to do is we're going to get us a place, and we're going to mark our hole in it. Basically, we're going to mark the center. You want to drill this hole now. You don't want to wait until you've got it put together to drill this hole. Because if you do and that little piece of round wood falls off down in there, you may not ever get it out. You have to disassemble it to get it out. So go ahead and drill your hole up here first. Well, let's do it like this. Make it more easy. faster, it will cut smoother, but this drill is not real strong. I don't know why. 18-bolt drill, and it don't have the power that it ought to have. See that? Now this is a 2 1/8 hole saw that we're using to do this with. Well, we got that close and our battery died. You can see we threw on the back side. I'm going to take my pocket knife instead of going and get another battery out. Finish it out. It'll be a smoother hole anyway. And birds don't like them jagged edges no how. Now that is. That's the part that you don't want to let get fail down in there. That was all we needed to drill for anyway. We're going to smooth this hole out a little bit with our knife. Watch when you're cutting on a piece of wood to which way the grain's running, because if you cut against that grain, you're fine. But if you go to cutting into it, cutting with it, you'll split a big piece out. That hole saw, it pulled a piece out right there, but it'll be okay. It's just a small piece. We got sawdust now everywhere. Have to do some cleaning up. Alright. Okay. Shoot this together with our nail gun. Let me get the camera where you can see a little bit better. Hard to keep it totally adjusted there. Let you see a little more about what's going on. I'm not a real good cameraman. You just want to make sure that everything's kind of lined up and flush. Now I've got a crack, that board's not perfect, but I don't think a Bluebird will ever notice it. We're not building these for sales. It won't make us a whole lot of difference. We're going to tap these bracts down in there good. That way they ain't nothing hanging out. That way if we decide to sand or while we rubbing that off, note on there that it don't hang our rag. Could make it rather aggravating if you want to know the truth. Alright, I'm going to put one tack in this right now, just to kind of hold this in place. Okay. That'll keep it from falling apart while I'm get where you can see and make sure you're going into your roof pieces. Looks like it's going to fit together real nicely. Okay. We're not going to put no more nails than necessary. Just tap them, make sure they're all good and sunk in there. I could probably adjust my air gun a little bit, that would sink them, but sometimes the older gun you go to messing with that and it'll get where it don't work at all. I'm what the old timers call a little jubilee of it. You ever heard of jubilee? Alright, now what else I'm gonna do? Well, I'm gonna put my polyurethane on here first. What I'm using, I bought this for my floor. When I did my upstairs floor, you can see, it seems to be working real good. It's polyurethane for floors. What that means, it's a little more durable and hard surface for walking on, so for outside birds hopping on it and everything else, this will work well. But now what I'm doing is I just took a paper towel and I'm just going to rub it down on there real good, and you'll see the color it brings out when I get this on there. It turns it real pretty. I noticed on the other one, and this one's going to be the same way, when I put them together, there's some slight cracks up here. Well, I want these to be functional as well as look good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some silicone. We're going to seal these cracks up because I'm going to actually use these. We're going to put them out somewhere, and that's part of the reason I'm coating them with this polyurethane. I wanted to leave this rough on the front of this one. I smoothed the other one all up. I chose to leave a few rough edges on this one, but I don't want the rain going down in there for those birds. I want them to actually move in there and have a nice place to live. And for me to have done a good job, I sealed the cracks up in my house when I built it, so I'm going to seal theirs up. That way they ain't, if it's getting wet inside there, if you've got water running down in there, them birds are not going to raise in there. they'll find them somewhere else to live. So if you're gonna build stuff, you've got to make sure that it works. It needs to look good, but it's got to work. But this one, it's got a pretty large crack in the top of this crown, what I call the ridge. I do metal roofing, so that's what we call that on the house top. I thought about making me a little piece to put up there, but with this cedar, I didn't want to do that. I may make me a different style where I can do a little more. I like to make out of whatnot junk. I've got some scrap metal and stuff. I may make it look like a real house and put some real piece of metal on there and make it bend it up and make it look like a ridge cap. Probably not going to be out here no long time today because this sun's shining right now. But the rain is almost to get here. We've got some pretty severe storms. Seems like Sunday it stormed, and here it is. This is Thursday. Storming again. We've got wave after wave after wave of storms moving through here. It's the 14th of March, so it's our tornado season. And every time these storms come through here, I get nervous. I'm not afraid of bad weather. I'm more afraid for my animals and everything else that I don't want blowed away. I've got a lot of work in chicken coops and things out there, and I've got a tree that's got what we call a cat face in the side of it, and it's leaning toward my chicken coops. And I haven't had a day off of work that it wasn't raining and storming and the wind blowing 100 miles an hour. Actually, I think the peak when I looked earlier was 21 miles an hour, which is a lot for here. I'm going to do this bottom too, because this bottom is going to be up where you can see it. When I mount it up in a tree, you'll be able to see all this bottom, so don't forget to seal it just for the looks part of it. It probably won't get wet. On that rough part, you're going to have to do a little more dabbing it. And not the dance thing crazy the kids is doing. More about my redneck slang would probably be daubing it. That way you won't confuse it. Alright, we've got it pretty well coated. I'm going to throw that in the fire. That's about as sticky as it can get. Put the lid back on this before I try to get my get that with my handle and tote it. Put that out of the way. It gets hard and there'll be a hard coat of stuff on there, but anyway, let's put some silicone on this. Now, this is what we use roofing. This is some geosil. We use it. This is good silicone, but now in really hot weather this stuff will get runny. And I do not like this particular gun that I'm using. It is plastic and it ain't worth a flip. That's why it hangs out here in the shed. It don't go in my toolbox with my work stuff. Alright. Wet your finger good and that silicone won't stick to that. That's why you can't fix leaks in the rain. I have people call me all the time, it's raining, my roof's leaking. And it won't be one I put on. Now I have had some I put on leak, I ain't saying they don't, but not a lot. But you can't go fix them in the rain, that silicone, it won't stick. It won't stick to the wet. But what I'm doing is I'm pushing it down in that crack. If they just pile it on the top right there, it'll peel off. We're going to put one more. I'm going to start at the top. Go backwards here. Oh. Okay, now I'm going to do across this front right here because I don't want water splashing on that and running in there. I've fixed on my porch. I like a front porch, so I figured they would too. Now they'll have to buy their own rocking chairs. I didn't want. All right. See a little spot up in there I missed. There. All right, just that simple. So you can get a good look at it there. Just that quick, we've assembled a bird house for the bluebirds. Y'all have a good day. Make sure you subscribe to our videos. We build all kind of stuff. A lot of redneck know-how, country living. We gardening, we growing seeds, we building bird houses. We try to do everything as with little or nothing, making do, using scraps, repurposing stuff. So that's kind of what my channel's about. Subscribe, like us, comment. We'd like to know what you think about our videos. Y'all have a good day.